knows nothing, can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, and welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is Ansem Report podcast number 22. Is that right? Double deuce?
Double
Spider-Man.
deuce.
Today is a very special day in the Ansem Report podcast. But before we get to why that is, I would just like to send out our condolences to two people in our lives that passed very recently. And that's Steve from Minecraft and Sora, because they both got beat out of being in Smash Brothers by
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest Anime Kid and Bear and Bird.
Another sword character.
So we'd like to take a moment of silence to remember Sora and his chances for Smash Brothers, and to a lesser extent, Steve. Alexa, play Roxas' theme.
She really didn't.
No,
She just plays music when we don't even say anything
Right.
close to it.
I'll open up my Spotify at when I go to bed, because I always listen to music when I go to bed, and there'll be literally shit on there that there's no way I asked it to play.
Or like anyone in the house.
Right, or anyone in the house. I thought maybe it was Zay playing a trick on me, but he's gone.
Yeah.
So,
Is he?
dun, 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 but it'd be I don't know, what's a rapper? Lil Xan or some shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It'd be
yeah,
some,
you.
stupid shit. Anyway, now that we went on a tangent there, today we're going to be talking about the Remind DLC trailer, which dropped during the Kingdom Hearts World of Trace Orchestra, and then again at the Square Enix conference. And we're basically just going to spend the episode talking about that, because that's probably the biggest bit of news we're going to get in a while, and we're excited about it. We might talk a little bit about E3, Square Enix E3 mostly. But before we do that, I like to sometimes check in with the community, whether it's Discord or YouTube or whatever it might be. And I have a couple YouTube comments I want to read on air here. The first one is from a YouTube user called Light Amaterasu, which Amaterasu is the dog from Okami.
Oh, okay.
And I also believe it's just the name of a god in certain folklore, but and this is from our Sleeping Realm Theory Part 3 podcast that we did. I think the whole thing with Kairi was that they died in World Line B and went back in time to bring everyone back in World Line B. We haven't seen World Line A because that's when everyone is awake and not in the sleeping worlds. I could be very wrong. That's just how I'm making sense of her being alive somewhere for Sora to visit. I guess the DLC will have more answers, but also more questions since it's KH. True that.
True.
That.
True.
Also, we have a comment from our good friend Kit Naoki on YouTube.
Okay.
And they said, Jason's Union Cross 5, and then in parentheses, 100 years of grinding till endgame. And I thought that was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. And then, did I have a Discord one that I wanted to read? Nope, I didn't have anything. Okay, so, Jason.
Yes.
Now that we've gotten through that, and we let me first mention that you guys can reach out to us on YouTube. You can tweet at us at Spaghetti Bros. You can hit us with an email at ansomreportpodcast@gmail.com. And then you can also join our Discord. Link is in the description, and we talk a lot about a lot of fun stuff. A lot about a lot of fun stuff. A lot. There's a lot.
Really a lot.
And I'm just here to remind you to go check out our Discord and hang out with us, because it is a lot of fun. And you'll be respected in our Discord. We're just trying to change every word with re in it to with re colon. You'll be spected.
You'll be
respected. Hell yeah. Jason, it's time.
It's time
For the Union Cross.
haven't played at all.
I've realized too. It's funny. I've realized, I bragged about, I've been putting the Union Cross victory music in. I just forgot to do it last week, and I was laying in bed 2 nights ago.
Scuffed.
I was literally laying in bed and like trying to sleep, and then I went, I didn't put the Union Cross music in the
I'm
podcast.
glad I kept you up
like
at night.
literally, just like it just randomly
cold
popped
sweat.
in my head, and I was just like, oh my god. So I want to apologize, but if I forgot it in this episode, you'll
It's
know
never coming back.
because it's not playing right now, but
It's never coming back.
it might not come back. I don't know. For those of you that don't know what the Union Cross 5 minutes is, Jason has taken on a great burden for all of us.
A great heavy burden.
A great heavy burden. He is playing through Kingdom Hearts Union Cross,
It's a ridiculous burden.
the mobile game, from start to finish, having never played it
have
before.
to deal with this.
And then he's recapping what he's done for us every week with a 5-minute segment, which usually goes more like 7 or 8 minutes. But he talks about what he's been up to in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. And if you have any tips or hints for him, please make sure to list them for us in the ways we told you could already.
Let us know I am a noob.
Yeah, for sure. So, Jason, are you ready?
I am ready.
Timer starts now.
Okay, so where we last left off, I believe I was like 203 or something, maybe 208. So it's 200. So I'm now level 280. I did some raid grinding and stuff. We had a little bit of a road trip in which I was not driving, so I just played Kingdom Hearts until my phone died.
Daddy did. I was the one driving.
Yeah, so I did a lot in that amount of time. I got a new main Keyblade that I really like to use. I got it previously, but I never really used it because I wasn't strong enough to upgrade it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Moogle O'Glory.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, and I will send you a screenshot that you can put on screen for the YouTube viewers. And just with my current lineup, my current strength stat is 138,000. Previously was only like, I think I can check that. It was only like 70. Wait. 80. It was 88,000 previously. Now 138. The biggest, there's two big additions to my lineup now. One of them, Daddy Zigbar. I got him.
Yeah, he was real hype about this,
pulled
everybody.
him. I pulled like 5 times trying to get him. Used the majority of my gems, and I was really worried that I wasn't going to get it. I kept getting freaking trait medals. I kept getting freaking baited. Every time I was like, oh, I got it. Nope. It's black and white. It's
But
gray.
then you were able to use all those trait medals to power up Daddy Zigbar
So
when you did get it.
Right. So it ended up working out. And he's dope. He does this big old one shot. It's insane. I also realized I had these Sid medals. I don't know what from, but they count as 10 Sid medals. So I only have to infuse 2 into one of them to get it to the lowest cost. And I had a bunch of them. So I used that on Zigbar. And then I also have a new addition to the squad. It's Anti-Aqua. Best Aqua.
Honestly, she's not the Aqua you can bring home to mom, but she's the Aqua you want in the sheets.
Right, exactly.
Just kidding. That's super reductive.
No, he's right. Anyways, and then I also realized I had this thing that I could fuse into something to give it that special power. That your teammates can when they use it, they get a boost. So now Zigbar has attack boost 6 and Lux Plus. I haven't leveled it up a bunch yet. It's only level 4. So you have to level up the ability on them for there to be a percentage rate for it to trigger, because it doesn't work every time. So
Sorry, say that again. I didn't follow that.
when I attack, so it has the attack boost 6 and Lux Plus, but that doesn't work every single time.
Oh, it's like a
it's
chance.
it's only level 4 right now. But
That
when it
makes
does
sense.
hit, it does a 42% chance. It's not too bad.
He hits 70% of the time
every time, but only 42% of the time actually.
It's a good podcast when we can fit in an Anchorman reference. You know?
Yeah. It's solid. So we've had like none. This is the first good one.
This is the first good podcast, episode number 22. Some people might agree with that. They might.
I also did a little bit of story mode. I haven't gotten too far. Cause that's just like, I'm just so far ahead of what I'm at right now that it's just like so brain dead to just.
And I actually want to ask you Union Crossers a question. You dandelions, you whatever you call yourselves. Because Jason disagreed with me on this, but I told him, hey man, the longer you wait to do that story stuff, the worse it's going to be. Because you're just going to get more and more overpowered, and then the longer it's going to be where you're overpowered. And he disagreed with that. So what I want to know is Jason stupid or am I right?
I'm probably just stupid.
And I'm also right. So both. Vote for both.
It's a win-win for Mike.
I don't think you caught...
I see nowhere where this goes wrong.
I don't think you caught what I said the first time I said it. I was like, is Jason stupid or am I just right?
No. I was like, yeah, I'm probably wrong. Yeah. Like, while you were saying it, I was like, yeah, I'm probably just going to be overpowered for longer. It's going to suck longer.
But we'll see. We'll see. I want to know what you guys think.
I did some proud mode missions for the first time.
They have proud mode?
Yes. It's basically just a harder version of that mission.
Do they have...
It's like most mobile games like this have that.
Do they have... What's the other mode?
Critical? No.
They don't have critical?
They don't have beginner either.
Oh, typical Nomura, leaving out the critical mode.
All right. It's DLC.
Is there going to be critical mode DLC?
It's DLC.
Gosh.
And I'm going to die to dark side on stream.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. I don't know why you brought that up.
Ooh.
That was embarrassing for you.
I got a couple questions.
Okay.
For the
first of all, I want to say
for the
before
squad.
You get your questions, Akuro answered a lot of questions for you last week.
Yes.
And we'd be amiss to not mention
Oh,
that.
yeah. Of course.
You a lot of the stuff you were able to do this week is because Akuro gave you some tips.
Yes.
So anyway, what are your questions?
So, like, I got like 1 trillion avatar boards, and I don't know what to do with them. Like, there's a lot of ones that are like, you get like an outfit, but then there's ones where it's like, oh, you get an outfit plus all these medals and stuff. And I don't know what's good. A lot of them have to do with Scrooge McDuck, though. But they cost a lot of gems, so I'm, like, hesitant to, like, get them. And then there's ones that I have that, like, are just, like, cosmetics that, like, you can get. Like, but, like, you also get, like, other stuff. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to do. There's a lot of stuff with that I'm just kind of like, what the hell? As far as, like... Because there's, like, boards for, like almost like sphere grids, right? For like every different area. Like there's like an events one. There's like there's a lot. There's a raid one. Like you get different tokens from different things, and then you have to spend them on the different boards. It's weird. So I don't know what I should be doing.
Okay, so
like,
you're saying
I don't want to waste all my coins.
You need guidance
or
when it comes to the avatar boards. You don't know exactly what to do with that, or what that means, or what any of that is.
Yes.
Now that's been 7 minutes.
Also, I don't know how to level. Like, can I level up my stuff that's like 7 stars? What's the max? Someone tell me what the max stars are.
Okay, so you want to know what the max stars are?
Yeah, I don't know. Cause I got 3 7-star boys. Also, my boy Baymax is only 6, and it makes me sad. But I will eventually get him to where he needs to be.
You need to get him to 7.
I gotta get him to 7. I have a max level. I just don't have those. Like when you evolve, they have to be max level, and then you also have to have like certain things based on what they are. So I need 8 blue fairies that are 6 stars. Or wait, no, they have to be level 8, but I need 5 of them. I don't know. It's weird.
That sounds weird.
Also, I don't know how to get money. I'm pretty broke.
Are you?
Yeah.
I had that problem in Dissidia for a while where I got broke.
Like, I kind of get, like, what you're supposed to do is, like, you get the Moogle ones and then you sell them, right? But you don't really get jack shit. Like, you don't really get money. I don't know.
So how does he get shmoney, everybody?
I need money. What's the highest stars? what the hell are all these boards?
Okay.
I need answers.
He needs answers. Everybody help him
Get
out.
them now.
Now that your time is over, I get my Decidia Opera Omnia 30 seconds starting now. It is the summer event, so there's
did
no
not
greater
talk about
time
this at all.
to get into Decidia Opera Omnia. And
We are not sponsored.
we are sponsored by them, but not. And
That'd be dope.
right now, I have Celeste from Final Fantasy VI, and she's so cute. But I leveled up her Minerva
good God.
Bustier, and that's
Bustier.
That's her second armor, and it gives her 120 CP, so she can equip all of her abilities. And I finished her summon board with Ifrite, and so now she's the strongest character I have. Oh, it's been 30 seconds. You need to cut me off.
Cut.
Okay. Anyway, that's our new segment. I talk for 30 seconds about a dumb game no one cares about. and
Hell
then
yeah.
It's kind of like what you do, but way shorter. Anyway. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, it's what you've been waiting for. It's time to mind you. I'm sorry, remind you about what you saw in that trailer. It's time to get reminded. And who exactly is Luxord?
Or as some would say,
If you say Luxord, I swear to fucking
Luxord.
God. If you say Luxord, I want you to leave the Discord. If you're in the Discord right now and you think the correct pronunciation is Luxord,
Luxord.
leave. Just go. Don't come back. I'm just kidding.
Is it the Luxor?
You can stay. No, it's the Luxord.
Okay, so yeah, it's Luxord.
Yeah, it's the Luxord. There's no way his name is Luxord.
Well, there's another point I need to bring up later.
About Luxord?
No, about there's like a theory that has to do with him.
Oh.
I need to bring up that some people are like, oh my god.
Oh. Well, there's a good cliffhanger. Jason's going to bring up a theory when we come back. Hey, Jason.
No, I'm doing a thing.
Dude, we got to do our Audible ad.
No, fuck off.
All right, go to audibletrial.com/Ansem Report to get your free audiobook and 30-day trial. Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. Jason, we had some Kingdom Hearts news drop this week.
A lot of news.
Nah, not really a lot.
It's insane.
No, it's not really that crazy. But it's news, and we are desperate for content, so we'll talk about it.
We'll take what we can get,
So-
Nomura.
First of all, let's talk about E3 as a whole here, because we were slightly disappointed, like a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans were,
Yeah.
because they had trained us the previous year to, hey, we're going to reveal a trailer during the concert,
Yes.
and then they revealed like 3 more trailers.
Every single conference has a Kingdom Hearts one.
So we were spoiled last year. And I just had a thought, actually. So what I read is that Nomura asked everybody in the audience of the symphony to not record this. Like, leave your cell phones away, please. If you do and it pops up online, there will be dire consequences. So,
Oh my god! So he just threatened everybody.
Someone did
Oh my god!
record it. The first time I saw it was on a recording,
Yeah.
a cell phone recording, not knowing he said that. And then there were a lot of people upset in the Kingdom Hearts community, like, why did this fucking guy do this? Now Daddy Nomura is going to be mad. He's going to bring down the Might of Zeus on us.
He's gonna fucking delete the whole thing.
Sarah Key, in particular, was very upset on Twitter. She was,
Ooh, she was triggered.
she freaked out so much that she like had an apology tweet about how much she freaked out.
Oh my god! She went
crazy.
She went offhand with
So,
it.
but good for her. You know what I mean? She's standing in the community. She wants to stand up for what she believes in. Do your thing, girl. However, I just had the thought, maybe there was another trailer, but the dire consequence that we'll never know is that Daddy Nomura pulled it because he was pissed off.
Oh shit!
Because
Come on, random guy.
Yeah, random guy or girl that recorded it and posted it on Twitter.
No, it was a guy.
You ruined it for everybody.
It was a guy.
I'm not here to misgender people. What I am here to say is we watched the Square Enix conference, even though we had already seen the trailer, expecting a little more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. I wasn't expecting a whole new trailer even, but maybe like the trailer and then at the end it's like
A little more.
Yozora steps onto the scene. Or you know what I mean? But we didn't get that. Instead we got Nomura coming out to One Winged Angel to talk about the Final Fantasy.
That was pretty hype, though.
Well, it's funny, I saw this meme where it was like I don't know if it was Nomura in 2015 or something like that. He's like, I identify with Sora a lot. And then, like, it's Nomura in 2019. I now identify more with the villains than I do Sora. And then it was Nomura in 20 whatever. Cloud is one of my favorite characters, and I identify with him a lot. And then Nomura in 2018 comes out to One Winged Angel. And I was like, oh, God, we've broken the man.
No.
But we were a little disappointed. We wanted a little more. And, you know, it's okay that we didn't get what we wanted. Sometimes you don't get what you want, right? I was very impressed with the Final Fantasy VII remake stuff. I think that looks awesome. As a fan of the original game, I am very hyped for that. The Avengers game looked all right.
It looked kind of scuffed.
Jury's out on that. The Final Fantasy VIII remaster is like...
Manna from heaven.
I saw a comparison picture of it.
Ooh, I need to see it.
It's good. Like taking Squall's blocky polygonal face and making it actually look like a face is it's a feat. It's no wonder it took them longer to get this one out than the other ones. You know?
Okay.
Because it's a feat what they've done. They even like darkened his hair more, so he looks more like Squall in like later version, like the City of Squall,
Okay.
as opposed to like Squall in Final Fantasy VIII, I guess.
Yeah.
He looks a little different, but anyway, we're completely off the rails here. But we thought it was a good conference nonetheless.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this trailer, Jason. So this trailer opens up. I dropped my controller that's playing the trailer. It opens up with the pillars, the big stone pillars, right?
Yeah, the place that was used like once or twice in the game.
Right, and it looked like it was going to be very important, but really it wasn't. So it opens up with that. And I don't know if we're supposed to...
It's like that place for trailers.
Right. Well, and let me also mention that this trailer is very strange in the fact that it flashes to black and white quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which is a stylistic choice. It doesn't have any audio except for the Daddy Xehanort fight.
The Three Dads fight.
The Three Dads fight.
Which is a bop.
Yeah, it's a bop. And it plays that. And then any words that are spoken are in big font on the screen by characters. They don't actually say anything, which leads me to believe that voice acting for this is not done at all.
Yeah.
And that's why, on either side, and that's why, because normally voice acting gets done in Japanese first, and that's what we hear with these early trailers, and then we get the English later, but it seems like they don't even have Japanese voice acting done. So I think this is like...
Heavily in progress.
It's in progress. And winter, to me... Okay, we'll talk about this, but... At the end, it says coming in winter. To me, that means a year after Kingdom Hearts 3 dropped.
You're thinking like January?
I'm thinking January, because it looks so far off.
Yeah. I don't know. They got a whole summer, the whole fall, part of the winter.
Man. Nomura's hard at work on the Final Fantasy VII remake, too. You got to remember.
That's true, yeah.
Anyway, back to the trailer. We're shown two hooded figures, one walking, one sitting. The one sitting says, so... And then... The one walking reveals himself to be young Xehanort with curiously not yellow eyes.
With his normal eyes.
And he says, the coat wards off darkness. It's useful. And then this character who's sitting, who, based on, everybody says this, and I tend to agree, based on his mannerisms, is the Master of Masters. He does the finger point, the big waggy finger point, and he says, told ya. So how'd it go?
Dude, it's Demix.
The world tour. And I had that thought. The only other character
says world
that
tour,
does that
dude.
is Demix, and he is a musician.
He's a musician.
So he would be on a world tour. We're not sure exactly what they're referencing in this, the world tour. I don't know if...
I'm assuming it's like the whole... Because how I see it is that this is a scene that happens after everything has happened.
After the completion of Kingdom Hearts 3 is what you're saying.
Yes. I think this happens afterward. And because it wouldn't make sense because he has his normal eyes. It wouldn't make too much sense for there to be the entire time we've ever seen him to have those yellow eyes, right? Which has to do with either being like with darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for him to have yellow eyes that entire time in like DDD and everything, and then when we see him in the game, and then like in San Francisco or whatever, and then for him to like go to not having those eyes again, it wouldn't make sense. And it kind of seems like when he sees like if his role is to just make like Sora stronger or whatever, or to do something with that or whatever, to see something, right? Because it's like the master wants him to see something, right? And just say like, oh hey, like I see like what my role is or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that regard, I think that there would be no way for it to be a prequel thing.
Okay.
In my opinion.
We'll see. So young Xehanort sits down next to the Masters and says, in an awful way, I realize just how necessary I am.
And then it cuts to like black and white.
Some black and white, and it's kind of menacing. But then we get some gameplay, and we have playable Riku. Confirmed, and it's during the fight against Xigbar and Replica Riku. And Sora's there, and they do some team-up moves together, which are pretty cool. We don't get long with them, and then we get cut.
Is that the first time Sora is like the secondary character ever?
Yeah, I can't think of a time when...
Like he
was there at least. Like obviously,
in DDD, in the last world, no, yeah, because the idea is that Riku is Sora's Dream Eater, and that's why he has him to help. And then
the only thing I think of is the Gay Blade, because they can both use the Gay Blade,
right,
in that last world. So I guess Sora's there in that regard, but other than that, no.
Yeah.
So then it cuts to Aqua during her fight with Vanitas and Terranort. And Ventus is there running around, and she looks very similar to how she controls in the game already. And then the newest thing is Roxas being playable against Saïx with Xion and Axel there.
Oathkeeper in Oblivion.
He does some pretty sick move. He does some zip around. It almost looks like Stitch's summon. He kind of zips around, you know?
Yeah, he just disappears.
Right.
And does that.
And he's doing
big damage.
Big dick damage, as we like to say around here. Which is pretty interesting. And then we get some Scala Ad Kaim gameplay with Sora having Oathkeeper.
Oh my god.
And he transforms into a very stylish looking Oathkeeper with some combos we really haven't seen before. Very air dependent combos. Do you think, Oblivion's got to be there too then, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's got to be. It's got to be a different transformation, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's probably similar.
Right. Yeah, probably. But it's still cool.
Right.
They're two sides of the same coin, right?
I think so.
Oathkeeper and Oblivion.
That's how it's portrayed, yeah.
Right. That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this gameplay stuff? A lot of people are saying, well, it looks like they're retconning the original battles in KH3 because in those Sora was there for all of them, but now it seems like you take on Terranort and Ventus and Vanitas as Aqua with Ventus by your side. And then the Roxas one is the one that's confusing to me though, because
he doesn't show up until Sora shows up.
Right. And so they'd have to change fundamentally how that story is told in order for that to make sense.
Yeah.
Which is why I believe this is some sort of like Battlegate.
Yeah.
This is some sort of
This is definitely a Battlegate.
Right. I hope there's more than that character-wise.
Maybe it's like a harder version of the fight.
Right. Maybe. That would be cool. It didn't look very hard, though.
Based on how Roxas did damage, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look very hard. But maybe that's beginner mode.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not critical.
It's not critical
mode. So then we're done with the gameplay from it. And then we see Luxord. Not Luxord. Not Luxard. Luxord.
Ludor.
Not Ludor.
Yeah, it's Ludor. That's his somebody. So everyone thinks his somebody is. Do you want me to drop some big knowledge on you?
Can we get through the trailer first before you do that?
Yes.
So, Luxord, it looks like they're in Olympus. Luxord points and says, Zigbar, who are you? And it goes black and white for a second, and then Zigbar has a card in his hand, which I'm presuming Luxord threw at him. Zigbar doesn't answer, and Luxord says, all right, it doesn't make a difference to me anyway. I'll just keep playing dumb. And then he goes into a portal of darkness. Zigbar casually throws away the card, and he says, Jason, you want to do the honors?
The question is, who are you, Luxord?
Perfect. So that is when the trailer fades to the logo, Kingdom Hearts 3. Remind Kingdom Hearts DLC. And it says, coming this winter.
Oh, my God.
To Xbox One, PS4, Disney, and Square Enix. Okay. So that's the trailer. That's what we got, folks.
Yeah.
That's what we got. So, Nomura said something specific about this on Twitter. This is the full tweet. Though it's already live, I'd like to share the hashtag Kingdom Hearts 3 paid DLC Remind teaser here. There's footage from the new scenario and Sora fighting. We're also preparing other features like the Limit Cut boss, so please hang tight. I hope you are excited for it. What the fuck does that mean, dude? I'm going to read this again, and I don't even think this is... I think there's a typo in this, because I don't think it makes sense otherwise. There's footage from the new scenario and Sora fighting. Which I guess he just means like Sora fighting with Oathkeeper. There's footage from the new scenario and Sora fighting. And the new scenario would be like the cutscenes, right?
Right.
Oh, unless all the fighting besides Sora fighting is from the new scenario. And that Sora, that part isn't from the new scenario, but it's the new Keyblade.
Okay. Or they just mean like the whole like Master Xehanort, Master of Masters cutscene.
Right, but I think what he means is everything's part of the new scenario except Sora fighting.
Oh,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
that's just the new Keyblade.
There's
Everything
footage
else
from
is
the
new.
new scenario and Sora fighting.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
We're also preparing other features like the Limit Cut boss. What did he originally call this DLC? It wasn't Limit Cut. Does Limit Cut mean like they reached a limit and so they cut it? The boss originally, like it was originally in the game and they cut it? The Limit Cut boss?
Maybe.
He had it. They called it. Fuck. They called it something. Someone in the Discord is probably going to correct me and go, Mike, they called it this. Do. But I remember Limit being part of the, like, when they described what was in the DLC.
Right.
Limit was definitely in there, but I don't think it was Limit Cut.
I think there was like a limit boss. I think that was called.
I don't feel like it's necessary to look it up, but it's going to bother me.
Yeah.
And he says, I hope you're excited for it, Nomura. And then we just get this meme of Squidward looking through the blinds, disappointed KH3 fans, and then out there SpongeBob and Patrick and their fans, FF7 remaster fans, and Nomura cheating on us, that son of a bitch. Anyway, Jason, you have some Luxord theory business you want to talk about pertaining to this trailer, correct?
Yes. Okay, so there's a theory that Luxord is the player.
The player character, yes.
Union
from
Cross.
Union Cross.
Couple things that would point to this. One being in the original game, like the browser game, you didn't use medals, you used cards.
Right. I also mentioned they are making a novelization of the original game.
Okay, so then that's probably important then.
Right. I don't know if it's coming to America, but I just saw that today. They announced
Right.
a novelization of not Union Cross, but Kingdom Hearts Key, I think it was called, right?
Right.
There's a novelization of that coming out. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So that's one of the things that point to is that he uses cards. Another thing is that his name, when you take the X out of it, the reclusant sigil, Ludor is the one that makes the most sense. And in Latin means first person, singular, present, passive, and then it says it's indicative of another word in Latin, right?
I don't know. I like Dulor.
Dulor. No, it's Ludor. And another thing that's like kind of curious about it is that the first three like similar phrases
Or ordle
that it's used with is playing cards, and like they like it has to do with Ludo, Ludens, Ludor. So like just in general, like his name, the Latin root has to do with being like first person, like being like that, and then also having to do with like playing, like games, like that lud has to do with playing and games and stuff like that. So that those two things, along with the whole card thing, a lot of people think that they're the player, right? Or that he's the player. Or like if like the player or whatever is like retcon to be like actually or not Luju, but Luxord. If that makes sense,
right?
Because he's the one playing the game, and so like you are him.
In my head, there's this connection between Lux and Luxord that I can't escape in my head, and it's like collect Lux, Luxord,
yeah,
collect Lux, Luxord, collect Lux, Luxord. I can't.
Yeah.
It's there, and I don't know what it means. Because Lux, to me, has always been a confusing part of the Kingdom Hearts lore because it really just exists for this game. Right?
Right. I mean, when you look up Lux in like the Latin English dictionary, it means light.
Right. And I get that. However, think of it like this, Jason. To me, it's a game mechanic, right? You're like, oh, it's just called Lux because they needed something for him to collect, right?
Like a tangible like amount.
Right. However, what started to have me think what made me start to think differently about it is in the back cover movie, they reference Lux. If it was just a gameplay mechanic thing that they just included in dialogue.
Oh, they're like, yeah, you have to gather Lux.
So it's canon part of the story. It's not just...
Right.
So to me, Lux...
There has to be more.
There has to be more to it because it no longer exists in the canon.
That's true.
After Union Cross, Lux ceased to exist unless they reveal this has been a video game the whole time. But Lux was in the original game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's something there. I'm not saying there's some big overarching theory, but there's more to that. And Lux and Luxord, to me, it's just too convenient.
Yeah.
To not be connected.
I could see that.
Sorry, I
No.
and also, Lux is my favorite League of Legends character. She's so cute.
Yeah, you're fucking stupid.
I just like using the vag cannon, dude.
There's another theory on Reddit that I just feel like is it'd be cool to talk about.
Is it that Demix is the
it's
player
that
character? Because he looks like
it's
the
that
player
Luxord
character.
is either related to or is Brain.
I think we've talked about that before.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we did. I think we did talk about that. We talked about that Brain's related to... Oh, we thought he was related to Ericus. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, I can't think of anything that has to do with that.
Okay.
Were
you done with your with the original thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
it was just those like 3 or 4 things.
Gotcha.
But Reddit user Leo _ Tetsukyo, I think I said that right.
Sounds good to me.
Leo Tetsukyo basically says with the reveal, Luxord obviously has like it has more. There's more to him, right? And then thanks to Zigbar/Luju, we know that the origin of a nobody's name doesn't necessarily derive from one's true identity, since Zigbar is an anagram for Braig and not Luju. We also know that body swaps are possible for quite some time now, thanks to Xehanort and Terra and Luju, right?
Right.
We also know, as Xemnas implies, that members 9 through 12, Demyx, Luxord, Marluxia,
I'm gonna Marluxia.
And Larxene have the secret of the Keyblade slumbering within them. And so that also pointing out that there is no somebodies for Demyx or Luxord as of right now in Union Cross.
That is true. Well, then who's Demyx then?
Well, another curious point is that the most recent update of Union Cross, they went into the game world, like the world that links all games.
Here's a question for you, Jason. If Luxord is the player character,
then who the hell is Demyx?
No. Aren't you allowed to pick a female as a player character?
Well, you can like body swap. That's like.
So you're saying Luxord?
Well, I can change between male and female at any point.
So that's not canon. It's not like how Fem Shep's probably the real Shep.
Well, I think in that when they show like footage of the game, like footage of like the like official footage of cutscenes or whatever, I think that it shows a boy.
Right. And that boy, the default player character, looks a hell of a lot like DMX.
I think you could say the same thing for Luxord though. They're blonde.
They're both different looking dudes.
Right, but like,
does he have eyebrow piercings?
I don't think that matters.
Do you think Luxord has his nipples pierced? I think definitely.
I think Demyx would be more likely.
I think they both do. I think
they got them done together.
I think Luxord has rings and Demyx has bars.
Okay, yeah, I could subscribe to that.
But Luxord
idea.
has like a Prince Albert too. He's got
oh god,
Mr. Winky pierced down there, and it like hangs 2 dice from it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You thought way too far into this.
No, he does. It's kind of like when you have that ball sack hanging from your truck.
From my lifted truck.
I'm gonna try to bring that up every podcast. Like for some reason organically I want to get to a truck with ball sack hanging from the
just clanking around.
Clank clank clank.
Anyway, back to the theory. So, Demyx and Luxord do not have somebodies, accounting for the Dandelion foretellas. Of the successors to the foretellers, we can account a total of 5. Ephemer, Scold, Ventus, Brain, Laurium. As for who the imposter is, that's for another day. Ephemer is presumably deceased or incapacitated, as he appears in the Keyblade graveyard as the light of the past. Meanwhile, we can comfortably assert Laurium and Marluxia and Ventus made it to what we know as the present day in the Cage universe. If theories ring true, then Scold is implied to be Subject X, which, if true, would only leave Brain, and this is significant. Why I believe Luxord is related to or simply is Brain. Currently, there is already a link between Brain and Luxord. It is written in Secret Report 11 from the perspective of Luju/Zigbar. He denotes one of the new foretellers in Union X. It represents a virus in the program. Brain in the Union Cross game refers to himself as the virus, causing fans to believe he is the imposter. This is significant because a majority of Brain's actions can be characterized as trying to change or heavily alter the outcome of events, a literal wild card. Beyond this, what is Luxord's title in the organization? The Gambler of Fate. I assert that, like Luju, Brain managed to discover aspects of heart transference and traveled through time. caveats, disclaimers, and incongruencies. One, it's entirely possible that characters who would represent the somebodies of Demyx and Luxord simply haven't been introduced yet, which, if it happened, would debunk the idea. I don't think necessarily. I think he could have still transferred.
No.
In the instance of Luju, he used it to be quite timid back in the days of Daybreak Town. When we are introduced to him as Xigbar, his personality is drastically different with all the time passed. I think that the same could be possible for Brain. The ideas listed above would only be plausible if another theory, Brain is related to or is Master Ericus, is false. I just had an idea.
Okay.
Based on what they said.
Before you get in your idea, can I just say one thing?
What?
If it turns out that Xigbar body swapped and was originally someone else, Luju, which that's true. And then Demyx body swaps and it used to be someone else. And Luxord body swaps and used to be someone else. That's fucking lame.
It is kind of lame. But
that's lame because it's cool when it's Luju because it's done one, it's unique, it's new.
Right.
But when
it's
all
like,
three of them do
damn.
it, because then it's like there's no mystery there. How are we supposed to fucking know who these people are then?
Yeah,
like, you know what I
would
mean?
be
Like
pretty lame. Yeah.
Like, well, and it goes back to like Luju being hooded the whole time. It's like, why was he hooded? We wouldn't have recognized him anyway.
Right.
You know, and so I do like the fact that Xigbar is Luju because I like Xigbar and I want him to be this important character. But if it was like, oh, Vexen was Luju, I'd be like, what the fuck? That's lame.
Yeah.
Like, I only accept that twist because I like Xigbar so much.
Yeah.
Not because it's like inherently cool that this hooded guy was someone we knew.
Yeah.
And he didn't need to be hooded in the first place because he was not Xigbar the whole time.
Right.
Anyway, that's my piece.
So
you said you had an idea.
They said in the normal, like how we seen Luju as Luju, he seems pretty like timid, doesn't talk much. He's kind of like, but Master, what am I supposed to do? Like it, right? And he kind of gets like more cocky, and I don't know. I feel like maybe there's like something to do with like Luju is like he's got like a piece of the Master inside of him or something.
It's possible.
And like, so that's why he acts like that. That's why, like, when we first saw it, I was like, dude, he's acting a lot like Xigbar. And that could be a reason why is like that part of him is coming out. And maybe that's another thing is like with him having like the gray streaks in his hair or whatever, it could be like a part of that. That like, oh, that's why is because part of Master's heart's in him that makes him seem older or whatever. Or and it can be just the fact that he's fucking transferred a million times and he's actually super old.
Right.
He didn't take the short way to get to there. At least that's how it's implied.
Can we talk about what no one's really talking about?
What the hell is Demyx?
No. Everybody's talking about Luxord and Xigbar and who is Luxord.
Right. What is Luju's role?
No. Young Xehanort and the Master of Masters. No one's talking about that segment of it.
Yeah, okay. That makes the gay Xehanort dying even more annoying.
What do you mean?
Because, like, if young Master Xehanort, before he's even bad or whatever, or even, like, so the idea would be that he's pulled forward in time so that his role to do whatever is ingrained in his heart so that the same thing will happen, right? Like a self-fulfilling thing. For Xehanort to have all of this happen and then him be like, I guess I'm defeated. Here's the Keyblade, Sora. Unless there's like a reason like, oh, we needed to get the Keyblade in Sora's hand for him to use it or something.
It's possible.
Like
maybe they knew that Sora would leave to go after Kairi. And by forging the Keyblade, they knew he would kill Kairi. And therefore that leaves whatever they wanted open because Sora's not there to stop them. Maybe they've run through multiple world lines and gone, this doesn't work with Sora there, we got to get rid of Sora.
maybe.
And you know how like when someone tells you, "Hey, don't do that," but you don't see the harm in it, so you want to do it more. Like I don't have a specific example. Someone says, "Hey, don't eat that cake," and then you're like, "Oh, that cake looks good."
Yeah.
That cake looks like shit until you told me not to eat it.
Yeah.
Young
Or
Zayn,
like you're playing with game with your friend, and he's like, "Yo, don't fucking kill me."
all right, and then you kill
And then you're like, "Damn, I really want to kill him.
Right.
I really want to hit him off this block in Minecraft and send him down into the fucking ravine."
right. Young Xehanort appears to Sora after he's dove into all the worlds and goes, "Hey, you're doing the power awakening wrong, dude. Don't do it like this anymore.
Oh, no.
Wink, wink. Don't use the power awakening anymore because you're gonna die." Right?
Oh no.
Because Sora does have a bit of a defiant streak in him. He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to
Anybody.
Yeah, he really doesn't. He's an idiot. He definitely doesn't listen to Yen Sid.
Yeah.
Yen Sid's like, "Don't do things like that." But yeah, I don't know. That lends some, like, maybe they're trying to get Sora out of the way because they knew with Sora in the way, whatever they're doing next, whatever the Master of Masters and young Xehanort, or just basically Master of Masters, because he's probably using young Xehanort as a pawn in this case too.
Right.
Whatever they were doing next, they couldn't do with Sora there because Sora is just the omnipresent force against them that always stops them.
Right.
And then you figure, well, Riku's gonna go with him to find him.
Right.
Who do you got left? What they didn't count on was Roxas.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Like,
Because you just pissed off the stronger version of Sora, you idiots. I know that's where my thought went with that, because that makes sense. It's like, don't do this, Sora. No. And
Right.
Sora's like, I want to do the thing he told me not to do. I want to do the thing he told me not to do. And then he does it to go get
true.
Kairi. I'm not gonna listen to young Xehanort. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I can go save Kairi.
and then he had Jiminy just keep saying, we need to find all of the darkness.
Fucking Jiminy, dude.
Dude, he made that part of the game so unbearable.
What's funny is you used to be like, okay, when I first revealed my hatred for Jiminy,
I was like, oh, come on, man.
you're like, dude, why are you so mean to this cricket man? Like, he just keeps a journal.
I always forget about him.
He just keeps a journal for us. It's handy, whatever. And then you've slowly come to my side on it. And the fucking straw that broke the camel's back was diving into all those worlds to save people.
I hate him now.
And him going, we gotta dive into all the worlds the darkness controls. I think that's what he said. We gotta dive into all the hearts the darkness controls. He just kept saying that over and over.
There's another one that he said.
Yeah, but it was
only
like
2 lines that he said.
but it's like 90-10.
Yeah.
Like 90% the first one and 10% the second one.
Ugh.
Yeah, you hated that.
I hate Jiminy.
Well, and it was back before we knew how like fucking easy the Lich was to
And
take down
magic.
the magic.
Yeah.
And so you were getting frustrated with the Lich too. And so you were mad at the Lich and you were also mad at Jiminy.
Well, because I didn't shot lock ever.
Right. Yeah, we didn't use our tools properly the first time we beat the game.
Yeah.
But now we know, thanks to speedrunning, that the Lich is a fucking bitch.
All right.
See you, Lich.
See you, Lich.
Later, losers. So is there anything else we got to say about these trailers? I mean, I think, I hope, if we're talking about the DLC as a whole and not necessarily lore or whatever, I hope there's more to it than this, and I think there would be. And I don't mean just like the limit cut boss or whatever the fuck that means. I hope that like we're not talking 3 battles with Roxas, Aqua, and Riku.
Like they literally show all that there is.
Right. I hope there's more to it than this.
Yeah.
I hope the new episode isn't just like a bunch of like organization postulating at the Keyblade graveyard shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or,
Oh no, I do like that.
Who are you, Zigbar? Well, who are you, Luxord? Well, I don't know. Who are you? And they're just like asking, who is
The
Demix?
one question, The one question is like,
who are you guys? And they're
who's Demix, right?
it's just like an SNL skit where they just keep asking each other who they are.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I hope it's not that.
So like Demix, like he gets replaced or whatever, right? And he's like, you've been replaced. And then he just like turns on the organization with Vexen. and delivers the
what we presume
corpse.
to be what we presume to be Roxas's corpse.
right.
He delivers a corpse,
a mannequin,
a Ken doll, if you will.
and then he just is gone.
Right. We don't really know what happens to him.
So I don't know.
Do you think they're gonna tell us
Maybe,
in this DLC?
maybe, or maybe they're just like, Demix is kind of whack.
I don't know. I don't think they would just like let Demix fade into obscurity
Like Zaldin and Lexius.
like Zaldin and Lexius, because
I'm so sad they did that with
He's-
Zaldin, dude.
he's technically one of the 4 important ones
Why
that
couldn't Zaldin be an important one?
because he was already badass. Like I think those guys
It would have
were-
made more sense, dude.
Yeah, Zaldin as a character doesn't make a whole lot of sense because
Right.
he was like the evilest.
He's number 3.
When he was like the evilest organization member, and then,
Yeah.
like he comes back as a fucking Looney Tune and like is like making like
Yeah, like he seemed like he
pratfalling and shit.
and like especially with how like even in their nobody form, they hold like Vexen, like he acts super evil, right? But then even when he's like Norded again or whatever, he like low key is still good, right?
Right.
And with Axel being like good and Roxas being good, right? Like all these things, like
yeah, nobody
and
don't
he's
have
just,
to be evil,
and he's just fucking evil.
right?
For him to be like
Beast,
miming,
I'm going to tie up Belle and rape her in front of you while you watch
Right.
Beast.
right?
And Beast is like, no, and he's like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's like, please, no.
Don't do that to Belle. You could have anything. And he's like, I'm going to do it anyway.
Right.
And that's how evil this guy is.
Yeah.
And then he's just this mild-mannered guard. Like, you could take the scenes with Lexius and Zaldin in Kingdom Hearts 3 and cut them together and play yakety sax with it, and it would fit.
Right. Well, and then like
You know what they're from? Oh, my God. This is taking me so long to realize this. They're from a fucking Lego game. Back when the Lego games didn't have voices.
Oh yeah,
And
they're like
the
that.
Lego Star Wars, and it'd be like they'd shrug all the time, and there's that point where like Anzo and Ansem reunite,
Yeah,
and like
the one like puts his hand on the other dude's shoulder.
yeah, Lexus puts his hand on Zaldin's shoulder, and he's like, "Rrr." Like that's literally
Yeah.
it's from the Lego
It's
video
Lego
games.
Star Wars.
Oh my God, that makes me so sad that I realized that. Well, I guess Star Wars is owned by Disney. It makes sense.
It makes so much
It
sense.
makes sense. Yeah, man. There's a lot of unanswered questions about Kingdom Hearts 3. That's true. That is. I don't know that we could answer them all.
Why you nerf Zaldin?
Why you nerf Zaldin, Nomura? He's the man.
Dude,
Don't
imagine a
nerf him.
KH3 battle with fucking Zaldin.
And maybe that would be cool. But he's like lame, and he just has one like lance, and he's like, "Have at you!" And like he just kind of walk. He's like it's like fighting like Walker or Tidus and Destiny.
Yeah.
They just kind of walk around you, and then every once in a while they like jab at you. Him and Lexius both. They're just
Yeah.
like really lame fights.
Like Lexius definitely like when he walks, he like brings his knees way too high, and he like kind of like goes like in Ocarina of Time, how like the construction workers walk.
Oh,
That's how
you mean the postman? That's what the postman does. The construction workers kind of just lollygag.
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
But the postman, his knees are just flying.
Yeah.
out.
It's a combination.
All right, dude. I think we've kind of covered this. If you guys want to know, we want to know what you guys think about the trailer for it. If you were disappointed, if you were happy, what you think, who you think Luxord is.
Who's
If you-
Luxord? Who's
if you-
Demix?
If you
Who's
call him
Master
Luke Sword,
Masters?
I send it back.
Why does Master Xehanort have gray eyes?
Yes. And we forgot to include this at the beginning of the show, and I might edit it to throw it in there. But we're starting a new thing with the Ansem Report podcast. And every week we are going to have a topic that we're going to talk about. And we want you in our Discord or on YouTube or whatever to chime in on this topic. It's just going to be like fun little fluffy topics we're going to talk about for like 10 minutes every episode. And our first one we're going to start with, Jason, because the Final Fantasy VII remaster is such a big deal right now, and the Final Fantasy VIII, I'm sorry, remake, Final Fantasy VII remake and Final Fantasy VIII remaster, such a big deal. I want to know if you could include a Final Fantasy character in any Kingdom Hearts game, who would it be and how would they be involved? Anything's go. You
like
could say,
plot related.
You could say, hey, I want the Onion Knight in Aladdin's thing, and he doesn't do anything, but when they say, hey, look at all the people in the bazaar, there's fucking Onion Knight standing there. I don't care. I want to know what you guys would like to see as a Final Fantasy character in a current Kingdom Hearts game. Or you can make up a scenario for 4. The sky's the limit, guys. We're going to share ours next week, and we also want you guys to share yours next week.
Anyway, I have another thing that I want to add on to the whole Ludor thing. I scrolled down in like the comments and everything.
One last little tidbit from Jason here, everybody.
So, Luxord's number is 10. Like how key is pronounced and everything. So that's another thing.
What?
Like Kingdom Hearts X, Kingdom Hearts key.
Oh.
Like the Keyblade like the key is a symbol for X.
Okay.
So
yes.
that's another
that seems tangential.
He uses a card like
tangential.
key that only hold power outside of his existence as a nobody. And then also like yeah. It would bring him like into more like relevance too, because it's like every other game that they've had where you play as somebody else, like they matter and they're in the game besides Union Cross. So like it would make sense for it to be like, hey, this is that character. You know what I mean? Like what if like the wild card or whatever is like is like it's like summoning him or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I could see it. I don't think it's that important that character's represented.
Right, but it would make sense though.
It's like Steve in Smash Brothers. It's just not necessary.
Oh my god.
It's not a famous part of gaming lore.
Oh my god.
Not like Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, that game's huge in Japan. Like, it's literally, I guarantee the opposite reaction happened in Japan, where they were like, oh shit, it's the fucking Eric from Dragon Quest, and oh, they can be all the Dragon Quest characters. And then fucking Banjo came out, and they're like, what's this fucking bear doing here? Like, I guarantee it was the exact opposite in Japan. And that's why they did it.
They got to please home court.
While I was disappointed that Square Enix did the exact thing I expected them to do, which is the smartest thing from a marketing standpoint and not actually what we want.
He did Dr. Evil quotes on that.
I think that it's fine. I just think that DLC character number 5 should be Sora then.
I just want freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
Dude, Dr. Evil for Smash would be dope.
His side B is he has Mini-Me on like the chain or whatever, like the dog thing.
Yeah. And then his final smash is he puts you in an easily escapable situation and hope everything goes to plan.
But you still somehow die.
Like he puts everybody in like the shark room. And then it doesn't even show them getting attacked by sharks. There's just noises. And then it's like him and Scott arguing the whole time during the final smash. He goes, I got a gun. I'll go in there and kill him right now. Oh, boy. And for some reason, his up B is an umbrella. And then he comes down like Farnsworth Bentley. I don't think he's ever done that, but it just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
His down B.
He does the pinky. And it's a reflect.
Don't you think it'd be his regular B?
Yeah, that would be.
I think it'd be his regular B, his neutral B. I think his down B is he gets in his chair and runs people over. It's kind of like Wario's motorcycle.
Yeah.
And he goes, idiot, like that. It'd be good just for the voice lines alone.
Dude, no. His final smash is he's sitting at a conference table with everyone, and he presses the button, and they fall down.
Oh, dude, that's brilliant. Oh my God, how would you? He has to trap everybody first, though, right?
Yeah. Like
So
it's
if he only
like
gets-
a vortex thing, and then they're all sitting down in a chair.
So like, okay, so it cuts to this boardroom, and he's sitting there next to Mini-Me, and then there's Frau Verbissina and number 2, and then Joker and Banjo-Kazooie, and he hits the button on Joker and Banjo-Kazooie, and they fall and get flamed.
And Will Ferrell's character.
And Will Ferrell, yes. If he doesn't get anybody,
I'm
oh my God, this is
badly
perfect.
burned.
If he doesn't get anybody, it's just Will Ferrell there, Mustafa, and he hits the button, and then Will Ferrell, I'm very badly burned. Please help me.
Does
then
anyone have some ointment?
And then it cuts back to Dr. Evil, and he's like, throw me a freaking bone here. Dr. Evil for
my
Smash.
God.
Dr. Evil for Smash. Hey, there were Austin Powers games on the GBA.
Right.
Dr. Evil for Smash, dude. I will not quit Nintendo until Dr. Evil gets put in Smash. Or I would settle for Austin Powers World in Kingdom Hearts to tie this back into. I would, and you team up with Austin.
And then later he's in Smash.
Because, yes, but because you team up with Austin Powers because he lost his mojo.
And he thinks it's like
and
he thinks it's like his heart, but then
Right.
he just has sex.
Right. Sora thinks it's like, oh, we gotta help Austin get his mojo back, guys. He's like, groovy, baby. And then you have to
Oh my
you have to
God.
fight Fat Bastard and Goldmember.
Oh my God.
And before you
And there's got to be something between like Pete and Fat Bastard.
yes. Definitely. And they all get in the car and go back to the 70s together, like in Goldmember, and they're all dressed like in disco shit, Goofy Donald.
Oh my
and Sora.
God.
Hell yeah, dude. And put Beyonce in there. Fuck it. Put Foxy Cleopatra in there.
Fox.
This is based off Goldmember, okay?
Yes.
And it's gonna be the best Kingdom Hearts world you've ever seen. This podcast has gone nuts. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching and hanging out with us. Let us know what your favorite part of the Austin Powers world will be, because it will definitely be your favorite world. I think it's the part where Sora, Donald, and Goofy have to go into jail to go after Dr. Evil because he's in jail, and the Hard Knock Life
Remix.
The Hard Knock Life remix.
My favorite's probably going to be when they're all three conveniently standing behind statues the same shape as them, and they have to urinate because they accidentally unplug.
Good thing I drank a lot of tea, Sora.
And then Donald's like, I can't hold it.
Sora's like, Goofy, watch it, you're peeing on me.
He's like, Goofy, your dick is huge.
My favorite part's gonna be when Goofy takes a shit and he looks. I didn't have any corn. What is happening right now? This is why we can't record past midnight. It's like feeding a gremlin past 10 p.m. It's just crazy shit happens. Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you next week when we talk. Make sure you tell us what your Final Fantasy character that you want in Kingdom Hearts is. But if you just respond with Austin Powers instead, I'm okay with it. Jace, hit him with the quote before I keep going.
Oh my God, may your heart be your guiding key. No, his neutral breathe, he goes, "Ush, ush."